The building that housed the legendary City Gardens nightclub in Trenton is close to collapsing. No plans for demolition yet, but News 12's Brian Donohue took a walk with an author who spent years making sure the stories of a place close to many people's hearts don't get forgotten.
But I knew as soon as I walked through those doors, I was safe.
On Calhoun Street in an industrial area of Trenton, with a hole in the front where a car drove straight through, stands an abandoned, crumbling old place that shaped a whole lot of lives. And just maybe, I'd venture to say, may have saved a few. It's the former home of City Gardens nightclub, which from the late 70s until it closed in 2001, hosted punk, hardcore, and alternative bands like the Ramones, Black Flag, Sinead O'Connor, Bad Brains, and Green Day, somehow managing to draw in national acts passing through between gigs in Philly and New York City.
I think a lot of people feel sentimental about their high school, about college, fraternity, sorority. For a lot of people, this was their college, fraternity, sorority.
The place was legendary, not just for what it was, but for where it was. Housed in a former car dealership, it was never very pretty, and it's hard to see how the city will resist much longer the neighborhood's calls to tear down this hole in the wall with so many holes in the walls before it collapses altogether.
All the bands played back here in the back room.
Amy Yates Wolfling wrote the book on the place, a collection of interviews with artists who played there and folks who made a tick called No Slam Dancing, No Stage Diving, No Spikes, after the oft-ignored list of rules that were posted at the door.
I heard that a renegade band of former City Gardens patrons went into this building and took down the disco ball. They liberated the disco ball.
It's good to know that it's in the hands of someone who will appreciate it, as opposed to ending up in a dumpster.
Yes.
But I wouldn't want to condone going in a building like that. That anonymous group of fans would risk it by going into this place to get the disco ball tells what the place meant to people. A place where so many kids who thought themselves misfits, or maybe just listened to the Misfits, found people like them, and in the process, found themselves.
Just people who were looking for a community that would support them, and they found it here.
In the years before the internet, especially in suburbia, it wasn't so easy to find your tribe. You had to have a City Gardens for that. So even as the walls of City Gardens crumble down, long may it live. I'm Brian Donohue. That's Positively New Jersey.
Trenton had owned the building but put it up for auction in 2019. The city says the private owner is responsible for demolition.